Well, I'm not going home.
We've got too far!
A day may come when the courage of men fails, but it is not this day.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
A person grits his teeth and shows real determination.
Failure is not an option.
That's how winning is done.
Believe me when I say
We can break this army here.
At a time.
And they will know what we can do!
Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
this is your time.
Seize the day.
That's the Chicago way.
Who's with me?
No, my name is the Lord. When I tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our Independence Day.
The Revenant. Went to see a sneak preview of this movie. I saw a sneak preview. This movie's coming out actually January, I think around January 18th. And I wanted to do this review because this movie was so good. I know they hate with movies like The Hateful Eight or Star Wars: The Force Awakens. You know, we really have a lot to look forward to at the end of 2015. I don't know about the beginning, but The Revenant, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy. I want to mention those two guys because those two guys really made this movie happen. This movie is based on true events. It's about a pack of guys looking for they're trying to make money. They're trying to and what they do, they get the skins of animals and they sell them. Okay. But the only thing is, one of their members happens to be have a Native American for a son, and the mother of the child is dead, of course, and so he ends up becoming mortally wounded from a bear, and so after that they carry him around. There's a lot of tension going on because they want to keep going. They don't want to freeze to death, but then again, he's the only one that knows the wilderness that they're in, you know, and they're not going to find their way without him. So what ends up happening, they put him like what looks like a stretcher for a little while, and then of course, you know, he got morts. I had no idea. I know it's just a movie, but I don't know if anybody would survive that because he had like a gash on his throat, and he had like a bunch of scratch marks on the front of his chest and the back, so you wonder how he's even going to survive that. And so they end up telling, you know what, we need to keep moving. We need to keep this going because we're going to end up dying in this type of weather. So they leave it behind, but only the thing is, his son finds out and he decides, you know what, Father, I'm going to stay with you. I'm not going nowhere. And the character played by Tom Hardy. I mean, I've seen this guy. He's done The Dark Knight, movies like Warrior, and this is one of those guys, one of those actors that makes you really hate. It's like you really hate this guy. You want to see him get killed. It's not, like I said, it's not one of those movies where you're like, you want to see them get killed because they're bad actors, because this is a really bad movie, because they're bad actors, because this movie is not working. No, you want to see him get killed because he's an evil, he's a big time loser, he's all the above. Okay, so he tries to kill Leonardo DiCaprio on this movie, and his son finds out and he tries to stop him, and he ends up killing his son. And when you see his son getting stabbed, it's not, like I said, it's not like one of those scenes where you're like, oh yeah, somebody's getting killed. Oh, right. Oh yeah, he just got killed. Yeah, whatever. No, he makes you feel sorry for him. He gives you that look when he's getting stabbed, that, the blood coming out of his mouth, that you really feel sorry for him. You're so sad on that part. And the way Leonardo DiCaprio's reaction was, keep in mind, he's not able to talk. He's in some kind of psychosis or some kind of post-traumatic experience from being mauled by that bear, so he can't speak. You know what I mean? He's like, "Ah, ah," you know, he's kind of like incoherent, you know, and he's not able to talk. But when he does it, it takes a good actor to do something like that. You know, it doesn't. It's not easy to do. To act out what actually saying a single word and just moaning like that, and he genuinely feels sorry for him, for his son getting killed, for him seeing that. I mean, you've seen it 1,000 times before. I mean, this is something you have. This is a movie that it's not like you haven't seen something like this before, but this is based on a true case. So, and you see that he ends up going on a trail of the killer, which is Tom Hardy, and he meets up with one of the Native Americans who are looking for his dead wife. Of course, she's long since died. But there's a scene where she gets killed during a raid by some of the U.S. Army the French Army. I'm sorry, on the movie. The French Army on this movie is also a bunch of turds. They're a bunch of turds, and they kill his wife. You know, they kind of like a little flashbacks here and there on the movie. But they're not the kind of flashbacks that are like unnecessary. You're bored with the movie. No, they actually let you the flashbacks actually work on this movie. And so he finds him and he goes to the he has an accomplice. There's one of the younger members who was about the same age as his son. He sees everything happening. He tries to stop him, but of course he threatens to kill him. Of course, he beats him up a little bit, knocks him around a little bit, and so Leonardo DiCaprio's character, you know, of course, is the guy he's playing on the movie ends up going to civilization. He finds him, and they want to put his the culprit, the killer, on trial. They wanna eventually hang him. You know, they want to prosecute him, but they want to do it to the full extent of the law. But that doesn't happen because, of course, he's not going to have that. He killed my son. He's not gonna live through this. So he goes with one of the soldiers to go find him, and of course the soldier gets killed, gets gunned down by the murderer. And then when he does finally meet up with him, and he does finally fight. This is not, and the fight between both of them, it's a compelling fight. It's not like a Hollywood Hong Kong choppy flick or nothing like that. It's not a Michael Bay film. No, it's not like a predictable fight. He's got nothing left, man. His wife got killed by the French army. His son is now dead. He's got nothing left. He's got nothing to lose. If he dies, it doesn't matter to him. All he wants to do is get revenge for the murder of his son. So he finally, you know, he stabs, of course, Tom Hardy's but then in this movie it says here the Native American who ends up getting killed by some of the murders on this movie, he gets hanged, and and there's a part in this movie that really you get so into this movie. You know, basically Leonardo DiCaprio's character is incapacitated and there's a blizzard happening. So the Native American makes this teepee out of, you know, Native Americans know how to do that, out of branches, and he puts skins of the bear on it, and it keeps them alive. It's just amazing, you know, the things that, you know, like it makes you feel for him. They're not saying nothing on that scene, but it gets you into the drama of the film. It gives you the severity of the weather. It gets you into that he could die. I mean, he's gonna die. The Native American the Indian tells him that your flesh is rotting. You're gonna eventually die if you don't do something about it. And he helps him. You know, he revives him, and that's, you know, of course, that's a really good scene on the movie. I loved it. And of course, you know, at the end, and he tells that after he stabs the murderer, he says the creator is going to take revenge on us. Basically, the creator the way the Native American described it, the creator is going to take revenge. You have no need to seek out the killer. He's going to do it for you. He's going to avenge the death of your son, and that's what happens because he just, you know, basically he floats on and he sees the Native Americans looking for his dead wife, and they kill him, right? And when they do kill him, it's just like it's like bittersweet, dude. It's just, you're just like, you know, you get like kind of like a sense of relief. It finally happens. You know, nowadays with these type of movies that they use real storytelling or real situations. I love it. You know, I give this movie a 10. I give it an A+ because it's definitely one. Do not overlook this movie. When this movie comes out, you know, I saw a sneak preview of it. Go see this movie. Check it out, man. You will not be disappointed. You know, by the time this movie comes out, Star Wars probably run its course already. But anyways, who knows what's gonna happen? But I definitely highly see this movie. This movie, keep in mind, it's an R rating, so this movie is really bloody. There's some gore on this movie. Okay, so you know, just to let you guys know, man, it's an awesome movie. This is definitely one of the this is an actor's movie, man. This will get you into it. This will get you into the characters, make you feel sorry for them, make you say, okay, I want these people to survive. I want them to live. I don't want to see them get hurt. And there's another thing about this movie. There's a lot of melancholy on this movie. You know, there's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of vulnerability on this movie, and it's just, you know, there's a part in this movie where Leonardo DiCaprio there's a blizzard happening, and he gets chased down by some of the Native Americans that are eventually going to kill, of course, Tom Hardy's character at the end of the movie. So what he does, dude, it's just, this part is gross, really gross. Okay, he opens up the horse, like he cuts it open from the stomach. He takes out all the entrails, the stomach, and he undresses. He goes inside of it, and he sleeps in it, closes it up. That part was really gross, by the way, but when you're watching, you just, at that moment, you just don't care. You're just like so into the movie, you just don't care. He's inside of a horse, what's left of a horse anyways, because he falls down a hill, right? And he's gonna freeze to death if he doesn't do that. You know, these are just survival tactics that he learned from being with Native Americans in it. His wife was a Native American, and I wanna point out the wife on here. The way her character is played out, you can't understand a single word she's saying. Usually when that happens, you kind of get out of the movie. It kind of takes the groove out of the movie. No, not in this movie. You get into it. She has a very like most Native Americans, they're very spiritual. They have a very almost philosophy. The way they think about life is the way they think about nature, and that's the way she helps. It's like she's his conscience. She helps him out from to survive disaster, from dying, freezing to death, and they kind of show like little flashbacks here and there of her, and you know, she's there with him at the end when the end comes, and this is just an amazing movie, delightful. I loved it. It's everything. You know, like I said, I saw a sneak preview of it. I was just, you know, I was very impressed by this movie. If you go see The Revenant, check this movie out. Gotta go see this movie. Check it out.